Had a busy week, so I thought I'd post progress. I got a couple little projects finished up, and then we got some, pretty much got the bench work done to push the main line all the way to east staging. So finished up opening up east staging to the other side, so you'll access that actually from the garage. I had to put a little platforms in because that was the space between the walls, and didn't want to lose any rolling stock or locomotives down in the in between the walls. So I had to build those platforms in. Still need to wire it, so I'll put a backdrop up after it's wired, but I figure it'll be easier to wire without the backdrop. So, and then main line's in front. And then I was able to get all the bench work finished for Fenn, and kind of lay the track schematic out. So Fenn is below YYY Bay portion. I had to model on a curve. Unfortunately, didn't have the space to model it straight. So model on a curve. As a result, the track schematic's not completely prototypical. It'll have the main line. It'll have two sidings, and I was able to fit in slightly compressed, mainly to space between the elevators. But I'll be able to add all the elevators on the north side of the track. I think it's Stegner grains on the north side. So, and then the south elevator is off layout, but I'll have a spot on the track for covered hoppers. And so you see, it kind of goes back in there deep, and so it's going to be a slight challenge to scenic. I think I have a plan to get the back portion done and then put the middle board back in. But that's, had to do some creative track design because I picked up the other half of the garage after the layout was already designed. And so added the peninsula in the garage, and the only way to get to it was either this way or rip down a large portion of the layout and start over. So as your train goes through, you get a quick trip through the laundry room and into the garage. But so here's where the track will come out. This is the west end of Grangeville. Still toying with a track schematic on this end. So this is Ida Pine lumber. In the back corner will be Idaho lime. I'll have a wood chip loading area right there. I try to figure out how to access it and so forth. And then this is my brewery. It's gonna be Grangeville Brewing. I had the brewery on the last layout, wanted to keep it. So I decided Grangeville grew a little bit bigger than in real life and has a regional brewery. So we've got a brewery in. I'll have a 4-track yard, not counting a drill track. Main line will come along the front. And then I'm gonna model the east end pretty much prototypically. I'll have to compress it by about 45-50%, but I plan on modeling the elevators. The original design had Grangeville, the elevators on the south end were off spot, but since I've got this peninsula and put Grangeville on and redesigned it, so I've got the 3 north elevators. I've still got to put one more in. The cardboard squares are the footprints for the seed house, and then the Union elevator. I think it's Union elevator on the south side. So there'll be 2 other elevators where that jar of railroad ties is. There'll be the chemical track, the fertilizer track, and so forth. And this will be the seed house, the depot, and then this is a non-prototypical industry. It's inland cabinets. I think it was inland lumber was in Grangeville, and I decided to make it a cabinet place. And so I'm not sure if I'll keep it or not, but I've got inland cabinets, and then that little block is going to be the LPG loadout. So the peninsula comes around. I adjusted the grade. And let me get some of this stuff off here. So this is represents a line going down White Beard Creek watershed. It's all freelanced. It'll kind of be a long run. I had a microengineering bridge from the last layout, so I've repurposed it. So got it attached to a level to keep it straight and complete until I can get it in. And so that'll be 95 underneath there, and I'll have kind of a deep valley. I plan on running, like, kind of modeling this like the Milwaukee Road Eagle's Nest. So it'll actually punch through a mountain, and then it'll come out tunnel on the other side, and it'll kind of go down looks like it goes down a valley. So I had to have supports in here because this is underneath the big bridge over the Snake River, and that bridge is actually, the water's on a metal frame that I welded, and so it's kind of heavy. Didn't want it to bow, so I had to reinforce it from the bottom. So I've got the front's got these posts. So what I'll end up doing is modeling it where more like a shadow box, so you'll actually kind of look at a ridge line into the layout, and I'll just model the line going down. It drops about 2 inches as it goes down this section. So and then at the end here, I've got to redo the track schematic, but I'm going to do a log loadout. So it'll be a Wall Lumber. It's a freelance lumber company. Will have a logging line that'll come in from the wall there on that inside track, and I'll have a log loadout where they load logs from large non-highway log trucks onto other smaller log trucks and take them to the mill, or load them onto log flats for pickup by the BN. So not sure exactly how I'll do the track schematic here, but just a small yard and then a small facility. So plan on somewhere in here trying to get a log scene with, complete with the yarder and all the logging work, which most likely I'll put it down on this end, but haven't quite decided exactly where, but tend to do a logging scene just because logging was so prevalent in this area. So that's kind of progress for the weekend. Got to order, had to order some more rail and wood ties so I can start making some more turnouts, and then need to order more track. And so my goal is to have, by the end of January, have all this track laid.